The roar of engines filled the air, echoing through the small-town parking lot like thunder rolling across open skies. Leather jackets, gleaming motorcycles, and the deep rumble of Harley-Davidsons created a scene that made most people steer clear. The Iron Souls Motorcycle Club had gathered for their usual Sunday charity ride, their image tough and intimidating, but what happened next would forever change how the world saw them. Out of nowhere, a little girl, no older than 5, came sprinting across the asphalt, her tiny boots thudding against the ground, tears streaming down her face. Her red dress fluttered in the wind, and her desperate sobs pierced through the noise of engines. "They're beating my mama," she screamed, her voice trembling, raw with fear. The bikers froze. The leader, a broad-shouldered man named Jack Bear Carson, immediately killed his engine, his heart lurching at the sight. Before we dive deeper into this emotional story of courage, kindness, and redemption, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel if you believe in kindness, second chances, and standing up for those who can't defend themselves. Because what these bikers did next will restore your faith in humanity. Bear jumped off his bike, kneeling to meet the terrified little girl's eyes. Her name, they later learned, was Emily. She was trembling, clutching a small stuffed rabbit with one arm as she tried to explain between sobs. Her mother was being hurt, right now, by a man in their trailer home just down the road. Without hesitation, Bear barked a few orders to his crew. In seconds, 15 bikers were mounted and ready to ride, engines revving like the battle cry of warriors charging into the unknown. Emily climbed onto the back of Bear's bike, holding onto his vest with tiny, shaking hands. "We'll help your mama," he told her, his voice steady but his heart pounding. The convoy tore down the road, black leather and chrome slicing through the afternoon sun. Locals watched from sidewalks, confused, as the group of intimidating bikers raced toward the trailer park. But to Emily, these weren't scary men, they were hope. When they arrived, the scene was chaos. From inside a small, run-down trailer, screams echoed. A man's angry voice mixed with the cries of a woman pleading for mercy. Bear didn't wait. He kicked open the door with one solid hit, storming inside like a force of nature. What he saw made his blood boil. A drunken man stood over Emily's mother, his fist raised. Before he could land another blow, 2 bikers restrained him, dragging him outside. Bear knelt beside the woman, gently helping her sit up. Her lip was bleeding, her eye already swelling shut, but she managed a weak smile when she saw her daughter safe. "Thank you," she whispered, voice cracking. "He was going to kill me." The bikers called the police, and while they waited, they made sure the men couldn't come near the trailer again. When officers arrived, the abuser was already subdued, tied to a post with his own belt, courtesy of the Iron Souls. The police, at first skeptical, were surprised to learn that the bikers had not only saved the woman but stayed until paramedics arrived to ensure both mother and daughter were okay. But the story didn't end there. Over the next few days, the bikers couldn't stop thinking about Emily and her mom. The two had no family nearby, no money, and nowhere safe to go. Bear gathered the club for a meeting at their usual diner. "We ride for causes," he said, his rough voice filled with emotion. "Well, here's one that found us." The decision was unanimous. The Iron Souls decided to protect Emily and her mom as if they were family. They found them a small apartment, pooled their money to furnish it, and even helped the mother, whose name was Sarah, find a job at a local cafe. Each morning, when Bear and his crew stopped by for coffee, Emily would run up to him with the same bright smile that had once been hidden by tears. She started calling him Uncle Bear. The bikers, once seen as outlaws, became heroes in their small town. Sarah's confidence began to return. For years, she had lived in fear, trapped in an abusive relationship with no one to turn to. But now, she had a new kind of family, the kind that didn't share her blood but shared her fight. The bikers made sure she had everything she needed. They even escorted Emily to her first day of kindergarten, dozens of motorcycles following her yellow school bus, ensuring everyone knew this little girl was loved and protected. The story went viral when a local news outlet caught wind of it. Photos of Emily hugging Bear circulated online, capturing hearts around the world. People who once judged bikers by their tattoos and leather jackets began to see them differently. Kindness, it seemed, could wear any face, even one with a beard and a patch-covered vest. Months passed, and Sarah stood stronger than ever. The trauma hadn't disappeared, but healing had begun. Emily no longer cried herself to sleep. Instead, she often fell asleep listening to the faint sound of motorcycles outside her window, knowing her protectors were nearby. Then one evening, at the annual Iron Souls charity ride, Bear stepped onto the small stage set up in front of their clubhouse. The crowd fell silent as he spoke. "We started this club to ride free," he said, "but that little girl reminded us what freedom really means, being safe, being loved, and standing up for what's right." He gestured toward Emily, who sat on her mother's lap in the front row, waving shyly. "She's the bravest person I've ever met." Tears filled many eyes that day. The roughest man in town wiped them away discreetly. The event raised thousands for women's shelters, and Bear later revealed that Emily had inspired a new branch of their organization, Iron Souls Guardians, a group dedicated to helping victims of domestic violence. By the time the sun set, the parking lot once again echoed with the roar of engines. But this time, it wasn't just a sound, it was a promise. A promise that kindness still existed in the world, sometimes hidden beneath the toughest exteriors. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue sharing real stories of hope, courage, and humanity. Speech balloon. Before you go, tell us in the comments below, what did you feel when the little girl ran to the bikers for help? Because sometimes, the most unexpected heroes ride on two wheels and carry the biggest hearts.